I've posted about it and there seems to be some doubt or uncertainty about it, so I'm going to do it from scratch. Build the whole thing. I'm going to try to edit this down to a few minutes. I've been exploring, looking for dripstone. If I can't find any, just going to use what I have just for the demonstration. But now that we got our iron, we need to make one bucket and one cauldron. There's some lava down there. I'm going to go fetch that. There we go. One bucket of lava. Try not to hold it in your hand. I think we need 7 pieces of iron ingot to make a cauldron, so I'm just going to let that go. Yeah, definitely 7 pieces to make a cauldron. One cauldron. Okay. I decided to go with that just because the presentation is not that big a deal. Cauldron. Solid block with one gap. And that. Alright, dripstone underneath the solid block. So far so simple. Now what you're gonna need to do is create a trough to put all of this lava in. Oh boy. It can be just the 4 sides. It doesn't need to be everything. I'm gonna build a staircase for myself. Alright, here we go. So, in the first one, over here, drop your lava bucket. You don't want it flowing. It has to be solid lava. Right? We come over here, you'll see it's dripping. I'm gonna let this thing drip until it fills up because there are some naysayers out there who question whether this works. Now, just in case, I am playing this on bedrock. If for some reason Java behaves differently, that's outside my wheelhouse. What's we got? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tree. There's a tree out here. And you'll see why in a second I'm doing this. I said it has to be solid, it can't be free-flowing. I went ahead and just made some more cauldrons. And I had 1 bucket of lava to start this all off. I am placing dripstones under each of these. Just to show you the scalability here. Again, we're just going to sit here now, a little bit boring, wait for this thing to drip. That one's dripping water. Strange, considering there's no water above it. I'm not touching anything, I'm not stopping it, I'm not editing it. Just need you guys to see the drip. And it'll just magically fill up and make its lava bubbling sound. I actually went offline. I was streaming this. I couldn't find Dripstone Cave. There are some games I'll just run around and find dripstone everywhere. Just digging through the ground and I come across it. Today, 2 hours. 2 hours just wandering around and searching and couldn't find a darn thing. So I've shortcut it and just went and got dripstone from my my stash. Has to be this stuff. Pointed dripstone. Let me break it here. Pickaxe. There, you see that? Pointed dripstone. Because there is another type of dripstone block or something like that. You don't want that. It has to be pointed. Anyways, on my mission, went out, got some iron, got lots of iron, maybe 6 or 7 stacks of iron. I needed like just like a couple pieces. Didn't find any dripstone, but I died so many times. It was crazy. And then I had a zombie steal all of my armor and my sword, and of course it's all enchanted and it's super strong. He was difficult to beat, like really difficult, and he can one-shot kill me, the bastard. But anyhow, I digress. We're just waiting for this to fill up. And then we're going to bring this bucket up top, move it over, like extend the trough a little bit. I'm going to show you what we have up here. One non-flowing lava block. Right? I just blocked it off here. Next one, I'm going to, I'll just fill these all up now. When I get my next lava bucket, I'm going to break this block and fill that with lava. Then I'm going to have 2 non-flowing lava sources. So every time you do this, you're going to take a bucket from here, drop it into a blocked area where it cannot flow, and that becomes your lava source block. It has to be a lava source block in order for it to drip. Now, I'm not technically sure because this is the lava source. If this wasn't blocked off, will this one still drip, but just these ones won't? Those ones I guarantee will not drip if it's from flowing lava, but will it affect this one? Because it technically has a bit of a flow to it if it's not blocked off. I don't know. Any thoughts? If anybody knows, please add it to the chat. Leave a comment. Because even though I know how to do these things, there's always something I could learn from somebody. So by all means, your input is valued. I looked up dripstones, and Material Online says you want to look for inland caves, not coastal caves. Dripstone prefers continentalness, I think it said. So inland caves. The more inland, the better, apparently. But like I said, it's just dumb luck. I've spawned into a world and I was right beside a cave that had a ton of dripstone in it. I've gone just spelunking and accidentally come across it when I didn't need it, so you could spend another game 8 hours in and never find a dripstone cave. The rate that this thing fills in doesn't seem to be consistent. So I could empty 2 side-by-side cauldrons and they won't necessarily fill back up at the same time. I don't know how the tick rate applies to dripstone with lava, but there's some rule that I'm not aware of here. Or there's a randomness to it or something. I don't know. But don't expect them to all fill in at the exact same rate. It could be this one takes 2 minutes and then this one will take 3 minutes or whatever the variation is. Shouldn't be long now. So it's 3 ingots to make a bucket. It's 7 ingots to make a cauldron. And 1 dripstone to get you started. But when you do find dripstone, for the purposes of lava, just hack a whole bunch of it, collect it, bring it back. You might want to build a larger station. And if you're being particularly industrious, you might need several dozen buckets of lava just going around the clock. I've had setups before where I had a zombie piglin farm, and of course they were dropping nuggets, ingots, flesh. What else do they drop? And then they'll drop like swords and that sort of stuff, the gold swords. So I had a sorter built up, and the sorter was separating everything. And what I did was, at the end of the sorter line, so I had my my flesh, rotten flesh, ingots, and then nuggets all going into chests. And at the end of the line, anything that was left over or not sorted by the comparators would go into my blast furnaces where they would get smelted into nuggets. And it's a little bit too much work. You don't really need to do it, but you can end up with just a ton of nuggets if you're doing a zombie piglin farm and you don't have to manually collect the swords. So for that, I would have quite a few buckets, and I would have a hopper feeding into the side of my furnace, my blast furnace, and that would just keep a constant supply of lava readily available. And where I had my zombie piglin farm, I just built one of these lava dripstone setups right beside the blast furnace, and anytime I went in there, I had a huge pile of lava just waiting for me that I could throw into the hopper and let it go. Oh boy, this will end up being a long video. Oh gosh, what's happened? There we go. What is going on in chat? I'll see what's going on. I've had some great success with the socials. I put up a few videos, so I started this week, and it's going really well. And if anybody happens to hear who has seen, liked, shared my videos from this past week, I'd like to thank you all very much. It's some of my videos have blown up relatively well for a newbie, and I'm quite pleased with it, and I really appreciate all the support that's coming in from people. It feels awesome, and I really have you guys to thank for that. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this thing to fill up, I'll just check what's going on. I'm trying to post regularly, of course, not just do the game streaming, but take the videos from it, get tutorials going. Some of the fun stuff, obviously, that doesn't really need a tutorial, but you know, it's entertaining. But like this one here, doing my infinite lava supply video, tutorial, tips, helping hand here. So I turn these into, like, I'll edit them, shorten them, take out all the junk from it, and try to put a tutorial, maybe make it a quick reel or something like that. My original one was a reel, but it just showed my finished station, and some of the viewers were commenting they weren't sure if this was real or not, so I'm making the more extended version of this so everyone can see, yes, it's real, yes, it happens in Minecraft Bedrock. If anybody plays Java who's listening in on this and you've tried this, please let us know if it does work on Java or not. Couple of important things. These have to be the right type of block that the pointed dripstone is on. All of those up there, they're just to contain the lava. It doesn't matter what you use for those, as long as it's not flammable, obviously. Any solid block will do, but this has to be a solid block. I haven't tested every type of block here, but any kind of stone, I think glass will work. Yeah, Yeah, outside of that, you don't really need much else. Just any kind of stone, whatever you've done to it. You could use chisel stone, carved stone, bricks, whatever. So Java guys, yeah, please let us know if you've tried this. How does it work in Java? Um, the reason I think this is so questionable is because with the water, you can get an infinite water supply. You build a trough, 3 blocks wide, put water in the 2 ends, it fills up the center, and as long as you keep taking from the center, you have an infinite water supply. These mechanics don't work with lava. So because of that, there seems to be a lot of doubt about whether this can actually work. It's because of the dripstone, it seems to change the behavior, or lava's ability to regenerate, right? But this is some sort of a different rule. I don't know what it is. There's something more in depth with it. But it does happen when you set it up with a dripstone that you can fill a cauldron with dripping lava. We're 15. Oh, this is long. Take another minute to look at all my incoming messages and whatnot. There it is. Oh, I can hear the lava above bubbling away, but nothing down here yet. Very nice. Oh boy, moving right along. I'm actually quite curious about how these things decide what's going to get recommended and viewed. Very curious. $500. Since we're here, I'm often streaming with my buddy Dad Gang. He can be found on most social media under DAD_GANG. Dad_gang. Great guy. Fantastic personality. I really enjoy playing with him. Oh, our lava. Amazing. So, I'm going to scoop that up. I'll get back to Dad Gang in a second. And what I'm going to do is break a block. You see this is flowing now? No. You bad guy. Creeper comes out of nowhere. So now we have 2. There we go. Now we have 2 lava dripstones going. So I'm going to get 2 buckets out, or 2 cauldrons out of this now. And when I do that, fill up the bucket. Oh, he really busted this place up nice. Bad guy. And then we bust another one, and another one, and another one, and keep busting. Not all the way to the end. I made an overhang block, remember? And for the purposes of our lava, just remember you don't need these corner blocks. You do need these ones here. But you don't need the corner blocks. So if you want to set it up differently, use staircases for the trim, use more decorative stuff. You can use glass up here. It looks nice doing it with glass. And I think you can use this solid block right here. I think you can use glass for that. So if you want a nice see-through, oh, you know what? Let's go check it out. So up here on my station, I have it all backed by glass, but I'm using stone, cut stone. I forgot what that's called. But I'm using the stone blocks as my solids. That's my indoor supply over there. So awesome. Guys, I really hope this was informative. I hope this is helpful for you. I would very much appreciate a follow and a like if you don't mind. Helps me out a lot and helps me to keep going, exploring, coming up with new ways to make gaming a little bit more fun and entertaining for everybody. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.